Yeah, Sam, not only offensively but defensively. I guess one time they got to take their pick on three penalties on the same play. Just anything, just pressing, or what do you think the problem was?
Had a guy offsides, have a guy hold somebody, and had pass interference, all in the same play. So, man, I don't know, guys. I mean, what's the answer? Don't jump off sides, don't hold a guy, and don't pass interference a guy. Hell, I don't know. I mean, I wish I did. We wouldn't be doing it. We'll try to fix it, you know.
As far as also just kind of regrouping, because you all had such confidence this year, do you feel that's
That won't be a problem. We're not going to have a problem regrouping. I mean, we won 4 games in a row, beat a 15 ranked, beat a 7th ranked team. We got a good football team. Georgia's a hell of a lot better than us today. Hell of a lot better than us.
Thanks.
Otis.
Yeah, Sam, since the Rice game, the special teams have really been pretty good, but today it just seemed like everything in, the field goal was missed, the block punt, just a bad field position on a couple of kickoff returns, just what happened on special teams. I mean, it was just kind of snowballed today.
Yeah, I think obviously the entire team wasn't ready for a noon Eastern kickoff, and we weren't. And we felt like we were. We felt like we had a good week of practice. But, they wrapped us on a punt block that they hadn't shown us, and they got home on it. They had too many guys up the middle, and we only had 2, and they had 4 running by us. And then, Cam's first miss of the year, and we tried to fair catch a ball on the 7 so we get it on the 25 on the kickoff, and we drop it, and we get it on 7. So that was all in the first half. About the time everything else was going bad for us too. So, it's about, do we have the right personnel? I think we do. But just a lot of stuff we got to fix. Yeah, that's why I'm a coach. I mean, we got to fix stuff. We got to get better, and all these questions you're asking me, hell, I know. I've seen the same thing you guys have, and it's my job to get it fixed, and that's what we'll do.
Let me know if you got questions. Trey Biddy.
Yeah, Coach, kind of like what Nate was saying about, not being demoralized by this game. What did you say to the players after the game? 37-0 is pretty tough to talk about, but to not let this one, I guess, carry over to next week and beat you twice.
Well, everything that we're trying to get accomplished this year, nothing was lost on today's game. I mean, we still have an opportunity to get back and play Georgia again if we can win out on our side. I mean, our pride got crushed, our ego got crushed, but it's one ball game against a team on the East, and so we're still right where we need to be on the West. And as long as we'll go back and fight and work this week, we'll field a good football team next week, and I believe that that's what we'll do.
Bob.
Sam, I'm sure you recruited most of those Georgia offensive linemen. I mean, so you had an idea how good they were. Do you were they even better than you thought, or did you think, wow, I did too good a job of recruiting those guys for Georgia?
No, I don't. I mean, they were, I knew they were very, very good, coming into the game, and when they started, it's one of those game plans where you go, oh, heck, they're going to come right at us, and they were able to do that. They rotated a lot of guys in there, a lot of kids that played well for them up front. But, your line can be really good, but your running backs, they're bought into the same bully ball type stuff that Coach Smart is bought into, and they were able to do it to us. But I knew they had a really good offense line, bunch of big, powerful kids.
And then you've either coached, with Kirby's Georgia teams or coached against them these 6 years, I guess it is. I mean, where is this just by far the best looking Georgia team? Well, I guess you guys play for the national title, so maybe not. But how good does this compare to the other Georgia teams you've either played or been a part of?
It's the defensive front seven that I've seen. You know, we used to go against them all the time in practice, and they can roll guys in there. They got guys on their two team. They roll in there that could start from a lot of people in the SEC or across the nation. They just done an outstanding job of recruiting big physical kids that can run and like to play football. You know, so yeah, we played them twice in a row, and ironically, we played them better last year than we did this year. So we got to figure that out.
Thanks, Sam.
Coach.
Yeah, Coach, I'm wondering, were y'all aware that JT Daniels might not play? And did Bennett being in there, did that change anything at all, from a defensive game plan standpoint?
Now, we were aware that there was a possibility he wouldn't play. You know, we heard the rumors as well. Stetson, we knew Stetson had started 7-8 ball games for him last year, and so I doubt that Kirby was too worried about that situation. I think he did go out there and do something and then found out that he couldn't. But no, there wasn't a big change. The only difference is that Bennett can run the ball a little bit better than JT. But other than that, we were prepared for that, for Bennett to play a lot. We thought they were going to play both of them.
Tom.
Hey, Sam, it's interesting that you go from this type of offensive attack to what you're going to see with Ole Miss next week.
Yeah.
Just how do you think your guys are going to respond during the week and change gears, I guess?
Well, I mean, it's always we're worried about we beat somebody good and then how they respond. We get beat, how are they going to respond? We're going to go in there Monday and we're going to figure out. Listen, to answer your question, I think they're going to respond well. I mean, go back a year ago when we beat Mississippi State and then we lose to the next team, Auburn, on that call and all that stuff. And then we come back and beat Ole Miss. Our kids like to play. In all honesty, we physically got whipped today, and that's what happened. And we also poured dirt on the wound because we messed it up in penalties. And we can stop the penalties, we'll have a much better chance to win ball games. There's not a whole lot of teams like that when we just play physically. And we've got to get that fixed quick, fast, and hurry. And if we do, I think our kids will respond and play well versus a really good Ole Miss team.
Did Kirby have any encouraging words or anything at post game?
Nah, we just visited a little bit, and I congratulated him. And Kirby's a good person, good man.
Last one, Clay.
Yeah, Coach, how was KJ this week in practice, and was he full go today?
I think he was. I mean, you'll have to ask him, Clay, but I think he was. He wasn't really good, I didn't think, until Wednesday, maybe halfway through Wednesday, maybe a little Thursday. That's why we didn't use him quite as much today. Just didn't know how healthy he was. There was times in there we talked about maybe putting Malik in earlier, things of that nature. But, KJ didn't seem to be hurting, so we decided to go with him. And
Thanks.
All right, that wraps us up. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys.